Good morning, campers. Let's do a love reading. We're gonna do the same as we did yesterday. So past of your connection, present of your connection, and future of your connection. What's coming? Just for a different collective, and I've grabbed a different oracle deck. I feel for this collective, there's a sense of frustration and there's a sense of this escaping, and they're showing me literally all the cards that I have linking to that runner, escaping, not wanting to deal with things, avoidance. There's a sense of wanting to run away from the world, not wanting to deal with things. It's too much, it's too overbearing, it's too overwhelming. Frustration is through the roof. So let's see what's the past and how this connection came to be, so you can tie to this message. And then we're going to quickly do your current situation, and then we're going to properly tap into your future. Let's do 4. Hold on. Let's do 4. Let's do 4. Come on. One more. We have a Taurus. Okay, one more. One more. Whoa! All right. We have number 41, breaking barriers. Realizing the truth with the understanding you must push forward with the connection, moving obstacles that resulted in cultural differences, family situations. Orientation, we have help, number 54. Feels stuck, has a negative attitude, thinks life is against them and has difficulty coping, believes that they have no control over things that happen to them, blames others. We have magical muse, number 22. A great source of artistic inspiration and beyond, a lover, a friend, infatuation, or maybe a stranger that one never speaks to. And we have inner turmoil, that's number 63. Doubting, questioning decision, fight between the mind and the heart, feeling worried, conflicted, agitated, and happy with life choices. And we have Taurus, so that may be a detail. I always say this with this deck, you or your person may be a Taurus, but it's more the traits, right? So we have prejudice, lazy, self-indulgent, slow-moving, stubborn, materialistic. And then the light side is practical, loyal, trustworthy, stable, takes pleasure in beauty. And we have, I took forever in making up my mind about our connection. Instead of speaking to you, I will run away and indulge in unnecessary pleasures in order to ignore my feelings. So I'm going to start from the positive energy, this magical muse, right? So as you would meet your person, that person would definitely become that magical muse, right? That inspiration. So maybe I'm hearing they would say things or do things that would really open up your mind, that would give you different perspective of things on how you view things, right? A completely fresh view. I'm also hearing things that, people would always disagree with you on. Suddenly this person became, it's like one mind. They're showing me one mind, right? So maybe in the beginning, and I have Virgo at the bottom of the deck, maybe in the beginning there was this sense of we definitely, our opening card is breaking barriers, and we have differences, right? So there's definitely some sort of a societal issue between the two of you. So whether that's an age gap or cultural difference, religious difference, background difference, financial differences, but it's like there was this dedication that it doesn't matter, right? So maybe as you met your person, your initial thought was like, it doesn't matter, right? Those things don't matter. When the love is true, when someone inspires you, when you want to be in presence of someone, when you're uplifted in presence of someone, it just doesn't matter, right? But then there's this energy of like victim mentality, inner turmoil. It's like not being able to make a decision. So I feel like it's started. Let's get through a few more details. but I feel it's like started with this dedication that it can work. Why wouldn't it work? Why wouldn't we be able to make it happen? But in the same time, we have a yes, but it came in reverse. Yes, eventually, number 95. So I think that in the beginning it was a yes, but there were some bits and pieces that you thought that you could actually overcome, right? So what that there's a difference in age, or we have different finances. It doesn't matter. How often do you, I'm hearing, how often do you meet someone that you actually vibe so much with? We have settling. I know I'm not happy, but I feel I have no way out. I just can't walk away from my duties, the one that I'm with, even if not, I'm not entirely happy. And that's similar energy to that inner turmoil. So maybe as you met your person, you weren't really happy in your life. There were things that you... I'm not sensing third party energy. We have that. Let's do one more. I'm not sensing that. I'm just sensing it's just like life wasn't going well, right? It's like you weren't happy in life. Maybe family situation, maybe work situation, and this person was like that beacon of light, like that hope, a visionary. Feeling hopeful, empowered, thinking positively, moving forward, beginning to think about or planning the future with imagination or wisdom. So I think like there was this dedication in you to make this work. Why wouldn't we make it work? So whatever barriers there were between you, it's like you really wanted to push this relationship forward because this person made you happy. It was, I'm hearing maybe like an escape from a life that you were living, and a lot of the things that weren't making you happy actually, and things that were a bit of a burden, I'm hearing. And suddenly this person, they could like uplift you, they could like show you a different perspective on things, make things seem easier and easier to digest. But it's like this energy in and out. So you would have moments, yes, we're gonna make it work because love, how could we not make this work? Love is love, right? Like there's no barriers between love. And then that overthinking mind would kick in about, I don't see how this could work. Like this person lives in a completely different view, in a different world. They have completely different view on things and on world, and it's just questioning whether it actually makes sense. So from the very beginning, this connection would be like, can this work? That it won't work. It's just this in and out kind of energy. All right, let's tap into your situation now, and then we're going to properly do what's coming. What's the energy now in this connection source? What's the energy now? We have reinvention, metamorphosis of the mind and the spirit, changing oneself into something better, working on shadow aspect, becoming aware of strengths and weaknesses. 69. So you would be focused now on becoming a better person, right? Whereas that's for yourself or for this person, but that's your opening card. So this would be your focus now, this collective. I want to be a better person. I want to change certain things. I want to reinvent myself. We have false flame. Number 70. Causes you emotional distress, creates conflict. You are unsure of what they're feeling towards you. You give more than they do. They do not help you grow. You feel uncomfortable around them. So maybe you started questioning now, right? Maybe as the two of you met, the connection was so strong, and there was a societal issue, there was this in and out energy. Maybe you read somewhere about, twin connection and twin flame, and now you're actually, it's a whole different energy. It's like you're focused on you right now. And maybe you're questioning, is this connection, was this even real? Was this ever even real? Maybe it was just there to be my catalyst for growth, to show me what else. We have twin flame. So we have false flame and twin flame, 24. So you would be going in and out. You would be unsure what this connection really is. And I'm gonna deviate because I feel like it's needed, and we talk about this on my channel oftentimes, right? And I always say to you guys that I'm happy to put out content about how you know this is or this isn't your twin flame, but in the end, I always say this, Cinderella can make a shoe fit. If at this moment of time that's something that you want to believe, you will believe that, right? And in the end, the journey of twin flames is meant to rise us into our divine power. It's a deep spiritual awakening journey. It's not about love, it's not about chemistry. It's not about two people being together. It's two people becoming their best potential self because they agreed to live a life of service, right, to others, to help to ascend the collective consciousness of people in this planet, right? So it's a life of service. And 90% of people who are familiar with the concept of twin flames, they don't get it right. They don't understand what it's really about. So they are in karmic relationships, sometimes even in soulmate relationships, and they think this is it, right? So it's a complicated thing in the beginning of the journey to actually understand. But the moment comes that you're so awakened, you've done so much healing, you've done so much focusing on you, that there's not a shred of doubt within you, and you take the label away. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how people would call that. You know it's the other half of your soul, and you have gratitude in your heart towards this person that they awaken you to your highest potential, and to be able to live that life experience as authentic you, with no fears, with no shame, with no guilt, with no shadows, right? Well, the shadows are always there, I talk about this, but it's like you've conquered them, right? So you would now be very confused about this. For us to have those cards one after another, false flame and twin flame, it's like you go in and out. There are moments you feel this connection is so strong that you feel this is the other half of your soul. It must have happened for a reason. Why would I meet this person? But I also have videos explaining that sometimes, there's a reason it's actually this, but you think it's this. It's our mind and our ego can play tricks on us. And there are moments that how you ask yourself, it's like, how could this be? It couldn't be. Because you don't fully yet understand what this journey is really about. What it's really about. It's the other person that's supposed to show you and magnify a million times to you every shadow, every trigger, every trauma from this lifetime and past lifetimes, so you could heal that. Why? To reach your potential. Why? Because you have chosen this lifetime as a lifetime where you're going to serve others to help them do that as well. We need to be at our best and purest to be able to do that. What else? What's the energy of now? Let's do one more for your top row. But the nice thing is that you're focused on you, on your growth. Whatever that is, we have areas. So maybe that's what you're working on. The shadows are impulsive, impatient, aggressive, mood swings, angers easily. So maybe those are the traits that you're working on. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict in our lives. So maybe you're going through the situations where you actually, I'm hearing maybe you started analyzing your shadows. Maybe you look back to situations. Maybe in the past you would always blame your person, and now you look back and you're thinking, I've done some things as well. I've caused some turmoil as well. I've acted irrationally. I've acted aggressively, impatiently. Would I be able to act like this if this was in fact my twin flame? I feel there's a lot of in and out energy. What else? We have karmic partner, number 19. I don't think as I said, I'm not sensing any kind of strong third party in the sense of strong karmic connection, like that love triangle kind of thing. No, it's like two people here in this energy, but I think you're more go in and out, whether this is your flame or whether this is your karmic. Let's few more. Runner. Afraid of doing the work, selfish, fears change, fears the unknown. Number 49, fears intimacy, doesn't feel worthy of your time and energy. Maybe that's the key reason you are going in and out, and you are thinking, is this a karmic? Is this a twin flame? Why is this person running away from me? It can be both, to be honest. It's just different. It's just that there's many differences, but the one in particular that comes to my mind to share with you guys, karmic connection will keep you stuck, whereas your twin flame will elevate you. It doesn't matter. Don't focus on the how. It doesn't matter. It's going to be for pain, for turmoil, through in and out energy, for suffering, for tears, right? For triggering each other. But they will help you elevate. So when you look back on your cycles with this person, you will notice that there's growth. You will start to look inwards. You will start to, maybe I should have reacted differently, right? Maybe I should have worked on my patience, on my aggressiveness, and on my mood swings, or whatever is it that you're struggling with, whatever your shadows are. You will start looking inwards. You will start elevating. Your twin is that trigger to help you elevate. This person will always be your biggest motivation and your biggest compass and your biggest indication. What is it that you need to heal? How you can grow? What is it that is still within you? Because they magnify it, right? So there can be a little thing that you still need to work on. They will come in and they will, like, bam, they will magnify this to you, because they will either do this to you 1,000 times, or they will magnify the emotion through the intensity of this connection, right? So you will want to get better. You will want to elevate. And they will run away. Whereas with karmic, they will keep you stuck. So if you look back months, years, you haven't really changed. Nothing changed. The twin flame connection, as you grow and you reach your divine state, your divine masculine, your divine feminine, there's evolution of this connection, right? There's a phase when there's like initial phase when you meet, and there's a beautiful romance, whether that's longer or short-lived. It's an amazing connection. Then the in and out thing starts, that from outside world it looks like sort of a toxic, I'm here, I'm not here, right? And then the true separation starts, and then the inner work starts, and the healing starts, and just the energetical check-ins, and they become longer and longer every time, to give you more time and more space to heal, and then they return eventually, right? But there is an evolution of each counterpart individually, and of the connection changes. If you look back and you've been only in and out with someone, you haven't changed, you haven't grown, this person's not really showing you anything, they're not growing as well, because it has to be for the both of them. It's most probably the karmic connection. And the runner, and I've mentioned this in one of my videos as well, and I'm feeling guided to say this to you guys, so maybe it's relevant for you to truly understand watching this video, because there's obviously, like, what is this? Is this a karmic? Is this a false flame? Is this a flame? What the hell is this? In a twin flame connection, the masculine will always be the runner. He will be the one that will be running away until the final stage, when the healing has been completed, and the feminine will be the one who will be chasing. So those tables will not be turning, right? So yes, the masculine occasionally can come forward and be like, I want to see you, right? He will be the one looking for you from time to time. I want to see you, I want to spend the night with you, whatever that is. But then it's literally going to be hours, maximum days, poof, and he's going to be gone again. He's going to be in the runner boots all the time. Whereas in karmic connection, it changes, right? Karmic connection, it's like sometimes he's running away, and then you're going to be running away, and then he's going to be chasing, and then you're going to change your mind. And oftentimes also in a karmic connection, you can manipulate that runner, right? So the person that seems like they're running away more, if you really, you can tease them, right? And we always say this, that in a true divine pairing, it doesn't work, right? So when you have that moment when you want to lure in your masculine, right? So you're gonna like maybe post something online, or like try to make him jealous, or try to make him return, those like games and manipulations. It will work on a karmic. The karmic will come running when you start doing those like jealousy games and teasing games and so on and so forth. The true divine, true masculine will run away even farther. He will be repelled by that. He will be so in such a victim mentality that any indication of competition or you being out there available for others, it will make him retreat even more. So it's a detail I was kind of guided to share. So maybe it will help you to understand. Let's do one more or two more for your energy of now. And let's dive into what's coming. Because we literally have everything on the table, right? We have false flame, twin flame, karmic partner. I would never in my life in a collective say this is this energy and this is another energy, because collective is a collective, right? In order to get that information, you would need to get a personal reading. Although I always say this, part of the journey is to discover that on your own. Nothing, no one can ever say, if you're not ready to accept that it's not it, you're not going to accept that it's not it, and you're going to be looking for readers until you find the one that will actually confirm this to you. So like I said, it's a part of the journey to discover that on your own. But I feel for this specific collective and for this specific reading, it's just to explore and give you hints and tips. So whatever I'm guided to say, I will say, so you can really sit with this and really decide on your own, because it feels like a breaking point to whoever is watching. It's like you either need to fully step into that moment of trust. I know this is it. I trust, I know, I can feel this in my very core, in my gut. Or understand that all this time, it's been your ego speaking to you. Surrender, not resisting but going with the flow, may feel mentally and physically relaxed, letting go of judgment, being mindful of the present. Number 64. I actually feel this collective, it's like, yes, you would have doubts in your mind. You would go in and out. Is this a false flame? Is this a karmic? Is this a twin flame? Maybe you're doing your research. But I feel, because your opening card is the reinvention. It's like no matter what it is, you already know it changed you, right? A karmic connection can change us too, right? Because there's going to be a moment. It's just that it's different, right? Because karmics usually is going to be a specific karma or a specific lesson linked to that one person, right? So you're going to be stuck for years. And then suddenly you're going to wake up, you're going to leave that connection, and you're going to realize, well, I learned my lesson. If you learn your lesson, if you haven't, then you're going to have to repeat that with another karmic. But if you've learned your lesson, it's also going to be growth, and it's also going to be lesson, but it's more on a surface level kind of thing. Just that one thing linked to specifically that situation and that person. Does it make sense? But I feel like now this collective, you would be going with a flow. It's like you have your doubts, but in the end, it's like it's too much. It's like you're too frustrated. You're too much to try to figure out what that is. You just want a little rest. You want a little rest. All right. Let's do the future of the two of you. What's coming? I'm hearing 3 months. Let's go. And maybe we'll tap into your shadows as well. We have Capricorn. We have denial of connection. Future focus, that's nice. Libra. We have Libra, Capricorn. Let's do one more. I feel those are the shadows you're going to be working on. So I'll read you through them in a moment. And we have Cancer. Okay, let's stick with that. I feel those are, I was too focused on I feel those are, we have Capricorn. Again, I'm going to read through the shadows because I feel that's something that will be the shadows that will be illuminated to you and will be your focus. Pessimistic, work obsessed, stubborn, greedy, prideful, dismissive, rigid, and cheap. For Libra, we have indecisive, self-pity, vain, unreliable, superficial, ambivalent, lazy, and fearful. And for Cancer, we have overly sensitive, moody, vindictive, grudge holder, secretive, and jealous. And we also have, I was always too hot and cold with you, and I know that was confusing. Our connection was too much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. I feel this collective, you have, I'm sensing this lack of balance, right? So it's like you're going to be working on things that trigger. It's this realization that when we are triggered, it's not the other person, that they just a trigger, but there's something being triggered within us, right? So it's like I feel you're really going to start looking inwards and looking, if I react irrationally, if I react hot and cold, if it's something within me, it's not the other person. The other person is just a catalyst. And that's what I always say, and that's it's magnified a million times in a twin flame connection. But any kind of relationship, if our psyche is refusing to accept certain thing that we should work on, there's no other way but for the universe to externalize that and show this to us through external world, so through external connection, but it always goes back to us. Number 34, denial of the connection. I realize there is something between us, but I do not have the time or the capacity to understand it. Everything is too much, too soon, and I have other things I need to deal with. And we have future focus 66, strong sense of self, feeling hopeful, awakened, being aligned with connection, positive outlook on life, and focusing on future. I think there's also something strong when it comes to negativity, when it comes to you having to eliminate this, whether you know it or not. I don't think this collective, you actually would realize that. I want to pull a few more. But you really have the tendency not to see the silver lining immediately, right? So your mind immediately goes to the negative side of things, right? So that's something you're going to be working on. That true surrender, that it doesn't matter who this person is. It was put on my journey for a reason. Maybe one day I will figure this out. But for now, it's just, I want to focus on something better. I want to focus on future. I want to focus on me. I want to something on growth. We have soulmates. Needs are equally met. Challenges are more giving and loving, deeply connected without the codependency and neediness. And we have difficult differences of opinion, ideas, and love, differences in status, money, power of culture. One awakened with the other is unawakened. So we have those differences again that we had in the beginning of your connection, right? There's something about this collective, because literally through all those spreads you had, and look how many cards there are in this deck. It's a hell of a thick deck, and you pulled twin flame, false flame, karmic, and a soulmate. So all the possible soul ties. So I think it's something that you're trying to figure out, this collective. You're really trying to figure out, what does it mean if someone is my flame, if someone is my soulmate, if someone is my karmic? How do I know? It just came to my mind for some of you, maybe you actually, one of the things that you would be doing, one of your gifts for this world would be to help to figure other people out one day. So you're actually being given lessons and opportunities to truly understand those soul ties and those soul connection. There's something about soul contract. So maybe that's something that calls your attention, right? Soul contracts with other souls and how it actually works and how those contracts come to be. I'm also sensing that there's going to be this moment, because it's such a difficult connection, whoever you're connected to, right? It's like in and out, and it's lots of turmoil, lots of emotion. Maybe you will find yourself thinking soulmate is such a better option. It is, to be honest. Sorry. It is, to be honest, but it's not to be compared. I think it's also a mistake that people make. It's like comparing a journey of a divine love and choosing a life. It's something that you choose, right? So you cannot call in your twin soul. You cannot. It's something you choose before you incarnate, and very few of us chooses that because of the reasons I already mentioned. It's a deep spiritual awakening to prepare you to live a life of service. It's not about love, it's not about your connection, it's not about the chemistry, it's not about anything else, right? It is there as well, the love story, a beautiful love story, but it's a life to live a life of service, right? So yes, you're better off with a soulmate. It's an easier journey, right? That's why the twin soul journey is something that only old souls choose. That we've been here, we've done this. Now we can give back. It's our time to give back. We're strong in us to go through this hell and then emerge as the brightest, best, most authentic version of us, to be able to help others to figure all those things out and live the best life experience humanly possible, right? But maybe you're kind of lost track of what I was saying. Maybe that's also your kind of energy. It's like you think one thing, then you think another. So you're trying to figure all those things out. But in reality, in order to figure them out, we have to always look inwards. The more we look inwards, the more healing we do, the more we're going to be able to just naturally know these things. Because it's the mind and it's the shadows that is making us doubt. That it's making us doubt. I wanted to say something and I forgot, but if it's important, it will come to me. All right. Let's see what's coming for you, for this collective, in the next 3 months. Let's confirm with tarot. From the beginning, I was seeing growth, right? So whatever happens, you are right now on a cycle of growth, right? Whatever's happening, it's happening for your greatest benefit, right? Sometimes that catalyst, sometimes that false flame, that catalyst karmic is there to prepare us for our soulmate, is there to prepare us to have a beautiful connection with someone, is there to prepare us one day to be able to discover our purpose. Everything happens for a reason. Let's step in. What's coming in the next 3 months for this collective? The sun. The sun. That's beautiful. I feel just this return to remember we said you're not in the nicest place right now, this collective, right? You are a little confused. You don't know what's going on. You don't know, the person you're connected to, what that really is. Will it go away? Will it not go away? Another thing that's coming to my mind to share with you guys. So, you know how they say that your twin, especially when you're divine feminine, you think about them all the time. And that is often very confusing to people because they say, oh, they often in a karmic connection, I think about this person all the time. When we say all the time on a divine journey, confirmation, your divine counterpart, your twin flame, we mean all the time, every second of your life. And I'm not exaggerating, every second. You wake up, you think about this person. You go to sleep, you think about this person. You're cooking your meal, you think about this person. You go for shopping, you think about this person. Taking a shower, you think about this person. They do not leave your mind for a split second from the moment you meet them. It's not like they're returning in your mind. It's not like things are making you think about them all the time. They live rent-free in your mind. The only moment you're possibly not thinking about them is maybe for 10 minutes of a huge distress. So something's happening. It's like maybe you're almost, crush your car in traffic, or your boss starts yelling at you and you get a little nervous. So it's like that 10 minutes that your adrenaline, it's like this rush and you're thinking about something else. So your body is literally needs to focus its attention on something else, and it's not thinking about that person for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and that's maximum. It's going to be a little bit different for the masculines, because the masculines live in denial, right, for the beginning of this journey. So they will not want to think about you. So they will actually look for those adrenaline rush, not to think of you. So they will we talk about workaholism, alcoholism, sometimes crazy partying, sticker their fingers in a different pies, looking for just those heavy distractions to actually get you off their mind. But when we say you think about this person all the time, we do not mean even every day. Every second of your life, they're there. And because the feminines, we awaken first, and the first part of the journey is our Kundalini awakening and our gift activations, right? So we usually being activated, whether we're supposed to be a medium or shaman or clairvoyant, clairaudience, well, usually all our clairs for all the feminines get activated. So we start hearing things and seeing things, and you literally see him. His higher self appears to you. He's with you all the time. You talk to him, you interact with him, right? So it's not like, oh, I think about him once a day. He is here. He lives with you in your head, rent-free and energetically in the same room, always with you, talking to you. That is what we mean. But we have the sun. It's a beautiful thing. So it's a one. 6 of Wands, success. Gorgeous opening. We're doing what's going to happen for the next 3 months for you. Enlightenment. I feel like in those next 3 months, you're going to figure this out. I'm not going to guide you into any direction, this collective, because I feel there might be different people watching. And you know what I always say, a lot of people, unfortunately, they lack discernment. That's why if you truly are on a difficult and challenging journey, I always say this, whether that's alignment and a twin journey or whatever that is, get a reading. Because you're just going to keep yourself in a mindset of confusion, constantly watching collectives. Because again, Cinderella really can make a shoe fit. You're going to hear what you want to hear. You're going to choose things that you want to hear. And physically, your body will like block your ears the moment something is being said that you're not supposed to hear. And you can prove it to yourself if you truly feel that a reading resonates. Try to watch it 3 or 4 times. You will notice that every time you will hear something different, right? So I'm not going to like guide you towards a specific direction, but I feel this collective, something will be successfully illuminated to you. It's like now you're stuck in this mindset. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know. I'm exhausted figuring this out. I don't know whether this person is my twin or my soulmate or my karmic or my false flame or whatever the F they are. But it's like, it's a good thing you're focusing on growth right now. It's a good thing you want to focus on you. You should. And that will lead you to that moment of just something being illuminated to you, something being shown to you that will leave you with no doubt. What else is coming? Chariot. Truly beautiful, beautiful energy. Forward movement. However you feel stuck right now, we have strength at the bottom of the deck. However you feel stuck right now, There will be progress. So just breathe. Don't try to figure out things that you cannot figure out. Remember what I said. Sometimes we need to go inwards. We have Ace of Cups and we have the Tower. That's that does represent a new beginning, but it's also about self-love. It's also about understanding everything that I just said, truly, that everything exists within you. Everything exists internally, right? The external world is just a projection to help us to figure ourselves out. So maybe this collective, you've been looking for things externally. Maybe you've been trying to, maybe you will come into realization. It's coming to my mind, so I'm just going to go ahead and say it. One of the reasons, and I explained this in my video, why sometimes it happens that we have that false flame, that catalyst. And one of the things that I explained, it's just we're in such a bad place when it comes to self-love and self-appreciation and self-value. And we feel that perhaps you've got out of a situation, whether that's a past karmic partner or a family situation, when you feel like you've been stuck for years and you've been losing your life, you've been losing joy, you've been losing vitality. And it's like you look at your past and you're like, my life had no meaning. I want my life to have a meaning, right? So you hear about this flame thing and you kind of make it fit because it seems so beautiful. It seems so special. It seems like, well, suddenly eventually I'm getting my gift, my beautiful gift of life, the other half of my soul, right? But it's not about that. Again, it's not that easy. It's not about the love story, right? And more than anything, the journey of your divine counterpart is a journey of self-love and discovering that self-love and discovering what unconditional love truly is towards yourself, towards others, towards life, right? So it's like something, we have a Tower moment, but it is in your first row, right? So something might happen that will be that Tower moment of realization, and you will it's just like you will naturally figure it out, you will naturally let go, right? And I personally find that on whatever kind of journey, the hardest thing is to let go the things that we want to hold on to, because we don't want to accept that life is what it is. And I always say this, the greatest gift of life is that life has no meaning except the one that you give to your life, right? Life is not supposed to have meaning. It's for you to find meaning to that life. So don't hold on to ideas that you found something that, you know, everyone is searching for and not many can have. No, it doesn't matter. Again, life has no meaning. What meaning do you want to give to your life? It's like something will be shown to you that will help you to just move forward. The moon. The moon. We have the sun and the moon. The shadow and the lights. It's like you will understand why things happened the way they happened. Three of Wands. Such a strong energy of just moving forward, being aligned with your true purpose and with your true journey. It's like you will understand that you're looking for greater things. That's on top of that Chariot. We really have some powerful 3 months coming for this collective. Wheel of Fortune. Shut the front door. We have Lovers, we have Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the Moon, and the Chariot, and the Tower. However difficult it is for you, just hold tight, breathe, and the Hermit. I think that in those next few months, you will have an enlightenment and an illumination, maybe, right? Not enlightenment, illumination, when it comes to those soul connections, right? And to truly appreciate. And I'm also hearing that whatever you're being put through right now, it's for you to understand that the most important relationship that we have in life is the one we have with ourselves, is the self-love. As cliche as it sounds, this collective, I feel you keep looking for things externally, right? So I'm hearing that there's something about maybe you have really got out yourself from a very nasty karmic relationship that you've been stuck at for years, and then you met this person, and that's why your brain kind of and also because it was like maybe in and out, it was a bit impossible. You were still connected to maybe that karmic partner. It's like your brain went to think that this is it. Maybe you read something about it, you've heard something about it. It's like, this is my flame, da 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 da. But in reality, it's like you have to look outside of your ego. Twin flame or not, it doesn't matter. We always have to put that self-love first, love ourselves a little bit more than we love others. Because if we're not able to do that, it's like this collective, you're constantly looking for meaning of life outside of you. Meaning of, it's like, because this karmic, it's like they're showing me, because this karmic was so nasty, the belief that you've met the other half of your soul is now making you feel that it all made sense. But it's not that. It's not like that. Your karmic was supposed to teach you something, and the next karmic, the one from now, is trying to teach you something as well. What is it that they're trying to teach you? Again, I'm trying to generalize here, because again, I know how hard it is to have that discernment, right? So I know there's going to be people watching this reading who are in both, right? And certain things will resonate for both, whether you're in a false flame or an actual flame connection, right? So for those kind of doubts, I always say this: get a personal reading. But it's like, for this collective, you have to focus on you. You have to focus. And they're also showing me solitude. That's something that you're ignoring. You keep searching for connections to find the meaning of love, the sensation of love, the experience of love. You have to search for it inside of you. Solitude, hermit. Maybe that tower will force you into that hermit mode, will force you into just closing all the connections that you have. Stop searching for love externally. We have to find it internally in order to truly one day be able to embrace it, whether that's with twin soul or soulmate or whatever it is. We have to find it internally. You keep searching for things to give your life meaning. Maybe you're someone, you want love, you want a beautiful relationship and connection, but it's not how you're supposed to do things. Focus on you. Go into hermit, go into solitude, remain truly single. You have to understand the true meaning of love to one day be able to manifest it in your actual physical world. But you have beautiful 3 months ahead, so buckle up, trust, and just focus on you, nothing else.